In this video, you will learn how to solve rational equations. Let's start with equations with one fraction. So when we have equation and we have a fraction in that equation, the first thing we need to do is to get rid of the fraction. So how can we do that? So all we need to do is to multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator of the fraction. Let's take a look at this one. I have x over 5 equals 3. We have a fraction. We need to get rid of this fraction. So what should we do? We have to multiply both sides by this denominator. So I do 5 times x over 5. And on the right side, I have to 3 times 5 as well. So this 5 and this 5, they cancel each other out. I have x on the left side equals 3 times 5, which is 15. This is our answer. Let's do more examples. 3 bracket x plus 2 all over 2 equals 6. So we have a fraction, denominator is 2, so we have to multiply both sides of this equation by this denominator. Let's do that. 2 times 3 bracket x plus 2 over 2. That's the left side, and we have to do the same thing to the right side as well, so 6 times 2. Okay, this 2 and this 2, they cancel each other out. So I have 3 bracket x plus 2 on the left side equals 6 times 2 on the right side. Now we have to distribute this 3 into the bracket. So 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 2, that's positive 6. This is my left side. And on the right side of the equation, I have 6 times 2, which is 12. Okay, here we need to move this constant term to the other side. So I have my variable on one side, right? So we keep 3x on the left side equals, on the right side I have 12, and I have to move this constant term to the other side. So positive 6, once you move it to the left, to the right side, it becomes negative 6. So on the left side I have 3x equals 12 minus 6, which is 6 on the right side. Now I have to get rid of this coefficient by dividing both sides by 3. So I have x alone on the left side by itself. X equals 6 divided by 3, which is 2. This is our answer. X equals 2 is our answer. How about this one? A fourth bracket 3x minus 2 equals 7. Again, we have a fraction in this equation. We need to get rid of it by multiplying both sides of the equation by the denominator of this fraction. So let's do that. Let's multiply left side by 4 and then also right side by 4. So 4 times 1 over 4 bracket 3x minus 2. That's the 3 equals 7 times 4. On the left side, this 4 and this 4, they cancel each other out. So it's just 1 times this bracket, which is just 3x minus 2 on the left side, equals 7 times 4, which is 28. And now we have to move all the constant term to one side and variable term to one side so we can solve. So I leave this 3x on the left side equals, I have to move this negative 2 to the other side, so it becomes positive 2. So 28 plus 2. So 3x equals 28 plus 2, which is 30. Now we have to divide both sides by 3. This 3 and this 3, they cancel each other out. On the left side, I have x, and on the right side, I have 30 divided by 3, which is 10. This is our answer. Okay, let's move on to equations with 2 or more fractions. So when we have 2 or more fractions in an equation, the first thing we need to do is to find the lowest common denominator between those fractions. And then we have to multiply that value into the both sides of the equation. So let's do that. Let's do examples. I have this example. 1 over 3 bracket 4x plus 2 equals 3 over 4 bracket x plus 3. I have 2 fractions in this equation. I need to get rid of these 2 fractions. So we said we need to find the lowest common denominator. So let's do that. Let's find the lowest common denominator between 1 over 3 and 3 over 4. So look at the denominators, it's 3 and 4. So the multiples are of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And the multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16. So the lowest common denominator here is 12. As you can see, it's 12. So we choose that as our lowest common denominator. And we have to multiply both sides of the equation by that value, which is 12. So 12 times 1 over 3 times 4x plus 2, that's my left side. And on the right side of the equation, multiply 12 to 3 over 4 bracket x plus 3. And now let's simplify these fractions and get rid of them. So 3 over 3 is 1, 3 goes to 12 4 times. So here becomes 1, 12 divided by 4 is just 3. Okay, so on the left side I have 4 times 1, which is 4, times this bracket. Let's write it 4, okay, times 1 times 4x plus 2 on the left side. And on the right side I have 3 bracket x plus 3. So 4 times 1 is just 4. On the left side I have 4 bracket 4x plus 2. On the right side I have 3 times 3 is 9 and x plus 3 in the bracket. Now we have to distribute this into the bracket and also that 9 as well. So let's do that. 4 times 4x, that's 16x. 4 times 2, that's positive 8. This is my left side. On the right side I have 9 times x, which is 9x. 9 times 3 is positive 27. Now we have to move all the constant term to one side of the equation and all the variable terms to the other side. So let's do that. I have 16x on the left side. I want to move this 9x from right to left, so it becomes negative 9x equals. On the right side I have 27, and if I move this 8 to the right side, it becomes negative 8. So 16x minus 9x, that's just 7x, equals 27 minus 8, that's 19. Now we have to divide both sides by 7. So therefore, on the left side I have x, the 7 and the 7, they cancel. X equals 19 over 7. This is our answer. Let's take a look at this one. I have negative 3 over 4 bracket x plus 2 equals 3 over 5 bracket 4x minus 3. Again, we have two fractions. We need to find the lowest common denominator. So lowest common denominator between this fraction 3 over 4 and 3 over 5 is 20. Right? The lowest common denominator between 4 and 5 is 20. So we have to multiply both sides of the equation by 20. So let's do that. 20 times negative 3 over 4 bracket x plus 2, that's my left side, equals 20 times 3 over 5 bracket 4x minus 3. So let's simplify and get rid of this fractions. 4 to 4 is 1, 20 divided by 4 is just 5. On the right side, 5 divided by 5 is 1, 20 divided by 5 is just 4. So I have 5 bracket negative 3 times x plus 2. That's my left side. And on the right side, I have 4 times 3 times 4x minus 3. So 5 times negative 3, that's negative 15 bracket x plus 2. And on the right side, I have 4 times 3, which is 12 bracket 4x minus 3. Now we have to distribute this negative 15 to this bracket and that 12 to that bracket as well. So let's do that. Negative 15 times x, that's negative 15x. Negative 15 times 2, that's negative 30, equals 12 times 4x, that is 48x. And 12 times negative 3, that's negative 36. Now we have to move all the constant term to one side and all the variable term to the other side of the equation so we can solve. I want to move this negative 15 to the right side. So let's do that. And I bring that negative 36 to the left side. So I have on the left side, I have negative 30. I move this negative 36 from right side. I bring it to the left side. It becomes positive 36 equals. On the right side, I have 48x. If I move this negative 15x to the right side, it becomes positive 15x. So negative 30 plus 36, that's just 6 on the left side equals 48x plus 15x. That is 63x, right? 63, yeah, 63x. Now we have to divide both sides by 63. So my x, the 63 to 60, they cancel each other out. So on the right side, I have x, and on the left side, I have 6 over 63. This is our answer. Let's do another one. Okay, we have this equation. In this equation, I have 3 fractions. 4 over 3x plus x minus 5 over 2 equals x plus 8 over 4. So the first thing we need to do is to get rid of the fractions. And in order to do that, we need to find the lowest common denominator and then multiply both sides of the equation by that value. Let's do that. The lowest common denominator between 3, 2, and 4 is 12 again, right? 3, 2, and 4, yeah. The lowest common denominator is 12, so let's multiply both sides of the equation by 12. So 12 times 4 over 3x plus 12 times x minus 5 over 2 equals 12 times x plus 8 divided by 4. Now let's simplify these fractions. How can we do that? So we just 3 divided by 3 is 1, 12 divided by 3 is just 4, 12 2 to 2 is 1, 12 to 2 is just 6, and 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. And now let's just clean up this expression. I have 4 bracket, 4 over 1 is just 4 bracket. Oops, I have x over here, so I have 4x. So 4 times 4x plus, I have 6 bracket x minus 5 equals 3 bracket x plus 8. So we don't have any fractions anymore, so we're good. Now let's just distribute these values into the brackets. So 4 times 4x, that's 16x plus 6x, 6 times x is 6x, 6 times negative 5, that's negative 30, equals, on the right side of the equation, I have 3 times x, which is 3x, and 3 times 8, which is 24, positive 24. And now we need to move all the constant terms to one side and all the variable terms to the other side of the equation. So on the left side, I have 16x plus 6x. I'm going to move this 3x to the left side, so it becomes negative 3x equals, on the right side, I have 24. And if I move this negative 30 to the right side, it becomes positive 30. So 16x plus 6x, that's 22 minus 3x is just 19x on the left side equals 24 plus 30, that's 54 on the right side. So we divide both sides by 19. So this 19 and this one, they cancel each other out. On the left side, I have x, which equals to 54 divided by 19. This is our answer. Okay, we want to talk about another method, which is cross multiplication method. We use this method whenever we have two rational expressions equal to each other. Let's do example. I have a plus 4 divided by 2 equals a minus 7 divided by 5. So I have two fractions, two rational expressions, which they are equal. The sign between them is an equal sign. In this case, we can use a cross multiplication method. So we can multiply the numerator of this fraction by the denominator of the left side, and write that down on one side of the equation. And then also we can multiply the numerator of this left fraction by the denominator of the right fraction, and we write it on the other side of the equation. So a minus 7 times 2, a minus 7 in bracket, times 2 equals a plus 4 times 5 on the other side of the equation. So on the other side of the equal sign, I write a plus 4 times 5. So it doesn't matter. You can write this on the left side and write this on the right side. So it doesn't matter. All you need to do is to multiply this and write it on one side, left or right, doesn't matter, and multiply this two, the numerator of the left side by the denominator of the right side. That's how we do it. And now we have to multiply, we have to distribute this 2 into this bracket. So 2, let me, 2 times 7, that's negative 14. 2 times negative 7 is negative 14, and 2 times a is positive 2a. That's my left side, equals 5 times 4, that's 20, and 5 times a, that's positive 5a. That's my left side equals my right side. So negative 14, I have to move the constant term to one side and the variable terms to the other side. So let's just move this negative 14 to the other side, or no, I want to take this negative 2 to the right side because this number is bigger, so I don't want to end up with a negative a. So I just leave this 5a on the right side. So I'm going to have 5a on the right side, and I want to move this 2a from left to right, so it becomes negative 2a. On the left side, I have this negative 14, and then I want to move this positive 20 and move it to the left side, so it becomes negative 20. So on the left side, I have negative 14 and negative 20, which is negative 34, equals 5a minus 2a, that's just 3a. And now we divide both sides by 3. So this 3 and this 3, they cancel. Therefore, on the right side, I have a. And on the left side, I have negative 34 divided by 3. It's negative 34 divided by 3. This is our answer. All right, that's all. Thank you for watching.